Alright, we're here at CES 2014 with Thadd from Synology, and Thadd's going to take us through some of the new offerings, including their new Destination Manager software that Synology will have out in 2014. Thadd?
So this year is going to be huge for Synology. We've got a number of new tools and products that we're going to be rolling out over the next few months, but we're really starting the year big by announcing the preview of our next DSA, Destination Manager operating system, DSM-5. And this is going to be our widest ranging Destination Manager ever. So even though we're not going to be addressing consumers specifically with this release, it is far more consumer facing than it ever has been, and it also pushes us very firmly into the small enterprise category. So whether you're an enthusiast who has like a vast media library that you want to be able to access at home or on the go, or you're a small enterprise that needs robust and very affordable scale-out storage, we can now scale out to about a petabyte. But there are dozens of new and enhanced features in DSM-5, and I'll cover 4 of them.
Okay.
So starting with Quick Connect. Now, anyone who's used Destination Manager over the past few years might be familiar with Quick Connect. It's been a background service that's made accessing certain data types like audio and photos easy to do without doing any port configuration. So Quick Connect is now fully integrated into the operating system, and that means when you install Destination Manager, you're invited to create or import an existing Quick Connect ID, and essentially the moment you have a volume created, all of your media can be accessed remotely without any router configuration. So this, we think, is really going to be groundbreaking, because there's so much in the way of friction with network attached storage because it is an advanced storage medium. This, I think, really will be as plug and play as network attached storage is likely to get. So Quick Connect is one of the ways that we really are asking people to rethink their storage, because when you can access all of your media on the go, and it's as simple as creating a name and a password, it's our game changer.
Now, is this in response to the sort of increasingly smaller storage that's available on tablets, ultrabooks, things like that? Is that going to help address that?
Absolutely. Network attached storage is always a vehicle for that, in a sense, because you can have access to an entire photo album rather than just the contents that are on your phone or mobile device. And that is, in fact, a very reasonable way to manage. Our mobile applications are a very reasonable way to manage all of the things that are on your mobile devices. Our DS Photo Plus app lets you take photos from it, lets you categorize, tag, and then share those photos without any management, and then they can be synced with your disk station or rack station, wherever it happens to be. But along with DS Photo, we are rounding out our entire mobile app sort of ecosystem. So everything in our mobile apps will also be addressable by Quick Connect, including DS Video, which used to require an IP address and certain specific port configurations. Not only will you be able to stream video content remotely, but you'll be able to cache them just as you can with DS Audio. So when you don't have a data connection, you can get to that content. So we're really trying to push mobile applications beyond conventional expectations. We really want to give people intuitive and elegant ways to enjoy the media that they have. So they don't have to fill up their phone and not be able to send text messages and whatnot.
Okay.
But it's also, central to that, which you talk about synchronization, is our cloud station, which is developing even more in DSM-5 as well. So in DSM 4.3, we introduced the ability to sync across file type, and folder. And in DSM-5, we're adding to that by making it possible to sync across multiple disk stations. So one client can, say, sync with their file types or folders at work, and then also stay in sync with the disk station that they have at home, which really ultimately makes cloud station far more flexible because you're not restricted to one particular use case. We're also introducing the ability to sync across disk stations. So if you had an office, that is a city, state, or even a continent away, you can keep a shared storage pool unified across the two of them. And also we're introducing the ability to sync Dropbox and Google Drive. So that's been a very requested feature.
I can imagine.
It's totally coming. Yeah. Yeah. So, and I guess the last element I want to mention is our package center, which really is the way you make your disk or rack station your own. And we're standing behind a periodic table of some of the packages that we have available, most of which come at no additional cost. Very few of them do, but you can extend your disk station or rack station into a full-fledged media server. You can host websites, WordPress blogs, it can be a voice over IP server, whatever you really need your disk or rack station to be. And we did talk about opening up APIs and toolkits in DSM 4.3. That didn't happen at this point. I think later in the year, we will be offering full toolkits and APIs to developers that want to add to the package station, package center. And I'm very hopeful that they will, because that just makes the entire platform that much better.
I know in our experience, it's been an impressive platform. We've used almost a large majority of the features in here, including setting up a demo of our site to test locally. Because you have the APIs over here, we played around with the asterisks, voice over IP server. So we really dove into all of these to look at what you have. And in the comparison with other companies out there, Synology has the most, let's say, fully featured group of applications.
Well, that's a very good thing to hear. I'm very glad to hear that. Yeah. Well, I mean, and again, it's really. I get really excited about the idea of it getting even bigger. But just to add to some of the more consumer-facing features, for users that manage multiple disk stations, we now have a central management system that allows you a single access point to manage multiple disk or rack stations. It's one utility that is going to also make it possible to scale out to petabytes of data. And that's something that I'm very excited about, actually, because it really does shift some of our marketing focus in a way that we haven't had available to us. And again, the pricing is vastly different than a SAN, so we're offering even more enterprise class features at. I mean, the cap of the ceiling, our most expensive product, is $7,000, and that's the cap.
It's still well below most of your entry level SANs.
Yeah, so it's very exciting. And
now, with the DS1513, you guys entered into high availability, kind of in the small to medium-sized business space.
Sure.
Are you going to be extending that and expanding what you can do with that? I know you had mentioned that there were some new features coming.
Yes.
So what are those, and when do you think we can expect those?
High availability, I haven't seen anything new about that yet, but that's because we are still in alpha for DSM-5. I expect the beta should be rolling out in about the next few weeks or so, and we should have even more information then. I haven't outright heard anything about high availability. The features that have been addressed to me are 3 times performance boost over HTTPS, 7 times performance boost on iSCSI. We're now offering memory compression for x86 and 64-bit processors, so that will greatly enhance the multitasking functionality. It's not just a superficial update. I mean, this is really, what's our first major point update in about 2 years. So, I mean, it's really changing the foundations of what the disk station manager has been to this point. So, it's going to be really exciting. The public beta is coming in the next few weeks, I know enterprise users can't beta test it, but we really would love people to beta test, because we want it to be a rock solid final release. And the 3 most active beta testers get to win a brand new disk station, so some incentive.
You hear that, guys? We have our contest for a DS1513 on the site. If you win this, you can update to the new Disk Station Manager 5.0 beta and go ahead and get in as much testing as you can, and maybe you can add another disk station to the one you already won.
And you can manage it with a central management system. Multiples. So.
Well, thank you, Dad.
Yeah, thank you, Sean. It's a pleasure.